Recently, have you come across tweets or videos where Black Americans call themselves FBA or ADOS while fiercely criticizing African immigrants? Why is there so much anger? Who are they really? And what does it mean for Black unity worldwide? Today, we're breaking it all down. So, who are they? FBA stands for Foundational Black Americans, while ADOS stands for American Descendants of Slavery. Both are identity-based movements in the United States. Their core idea: Black Americans who descended from enslaved Africans in the United States have a unique lineage, culture, and set of grievances separate from Black immigrants. ADOS as a hashtag and a group rose to prominence in around 2016 to 2018, started by activists Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. FBA is a term popularized by filmmaker and commentator Tariq Nasheed. So what is their agenda? Their main agenda centers around two big goals: reparations and cultural recognition and preservation. In terms of reparations, they argue that Black Americans descended from slavery in the U.S. are owed reparations, cash payments, or wealth programs directly from the United States government. They emphasize that this compensation should go only to those whose ancestors were enslaved in America, not to Black immigrants or their descendants. And in terms of cultural recognition and preservation, they see themselves as a native-born ethnic group, similar to Native Americans. They want acknowledgement that their struggles, culture like hip-hop, jazz, and soul food, and history are distinct. For them, Black immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean did not experience chattel slavery in the United States, Jim Crow, or redlining, so they shouldn't share the check nor the identity. Now let's delve a little deeper into why there's so much anger towards Black Africans. Some prominent FBA and ADOS voices argue that African and Caribbean immigrants look down on native-born Black Americans. African immigrants benefit from civil rights victories won by native-born Black Americans. African immigrants are sometimes overrepresented in diversity hiring, scholarships, and media, taking spots meant for Black Americans descended from slavery. On social media, this frustration can spill into identity hostility, calling African immigrants tethers or culture vultures, saying "go back to Africa," or mocking African accents, claiming Africans sold them into slavery and owe them an apology. Many Black Africans in America and on the continent feel deeply hurt and confused by this. They see shared Blackness and shared struggles. So why this divide? There is some truth to their claims, in the sense that Black immigrants, on average, have higher household incomes and educational levels in the United States. Some immigrants do distance themselves from Black Americans descended from slavery to avoid racism. And then there's structural racism in America that does target native-born Black Americans more severely. However, this anger can become misplaced. African immigrants are not the reason reparations haven't been paid. anti-Blackness globally affects both groups. Further, attacking fellow Black people from other countries does not challenge white supremacy. So what does this mean in terms of Black unity? This conflict shows how powerful colonialism and slavery were. They fractured people who look alike into competing camps. Some say ADOS and FBA have valid points about reparations and visibility. But if it turns into hate against other Black people, it risks repeating the same divisions that white supremacy used to keep us apart. In the end, it's about identity, pain, and power. FBA, or Foundational Black Americans, and ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, want acknowledgement for centuries of oppression unique to Black Americans descended from slavery. But healing will need dialogue, not only with white America, but also with African and Caribbean communities. Because whether our ancestors came on slave ships or stepped off planes in the 1980s, the struggle for justice is ultimately shared. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into global Black history and identity. What do you think about the FBA and ADOS? Please comment below and let's chat about it.